Okay, let's get started here. This is my tea I've been brewing. We are on day 4. I'm not sure. Okay, we are going to there we go. I wasn't sure if you could hear, but I am connected to audio, so I'm gonna move this out of the way. Day 4. This is a it was a vermicompost extract, and then I've added biostimulant to help multiply the protozoan. I believe that it worked. But I need to watch and keep a very, very close eye on my bacteria. So we are at 40 total magnification right now. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of craziness zooming around. What I see over here in the top left hand, oh, my annotations. Not sure I'm going to get those to work. Not sure now. Got this a little bit different today. Okay. Right over here, this is a stalk ciliate. This is also stalk ciliate. So we've got a couple ciliates. That is our low oxygen indicator. So we are teetering on the edge. We're not going to want to do anything crazy with the stimulants that could possibly tip us over. And if we amplify those bacteria too much, they're going to suck all the oxygen out, and then we're going to be promoting the anaerobes more than the aerobes, and that's going to create more human pathogens in this brew, and that's not what we want. So we'll go ahead and dial into the 100. We're not interested in scoping out the whole sample. We're basically just interested in seeing if what we are doing with our stimulants is actually working. So these are some aggregates. So this is where we like to kind of check. Right here we have some action. This is going to be a flagellate. Due to its size, probably a flagellate here. There's a flagellate over here. So you just kind of look around these aggregates where they're hanging out. We're going to have flagellates here. We'll zoom in again, but this is just giving me a overview. What you want to get is a feel of the whole picture. Does it look like things are just zipping and zooming everywhere, or see the bumbling motions? These are more bumbling type motions. Those are more of your flagellates than ciliates. So that's what we've been trying to promote here. Breeding the protozoans instead of the, I'm going to zoom in one more time. Now we're at the 400 total magnification. So let me get something in focus so we can look at it. It's going to go slow. Don't be in a hurry. And that was most likely a flagellate heading up that way. Let me get between these two aggregates if I can. You got to move your... Okay, so here, see that thing working this aggregate right here? I think it went under. Now it came over. That's flagellate. I'll have to hurry up and try to zoom in or out here. There he goes. Okay. Trying to keep this, looking around here, just kind of slowly. So here are flagellates coming on the scene up the top here. The fact that they're moving in and out so much. They're so hard to either get in focus or keep in focus. Okay. So you'll see this flagellate here going. He's got a little tail out the front of him that he's pulling himself along with. This here definitely looks like a flagellate, but I don't see a whole lot of movement. We could focus up and down and look for the tail, but I'm just looking at it right here. See this one coming through? That bumbling type motion. Another flagellate there. Here comes one here. We'll see if he comes up into view. We got 1, 2, here comes 1, 3. You can see his little propeller here out front. And then within here, we can zoom sort of, or focus in or out. And just as we slowly go, so we're coming up and out to the surface. Okay, now let's go back down in. Slowly go. Okay, see the flagellate inside that aggregate right here? I think that was him. He came in and he's going back out. There's one coming in. Moving a little fast, that might be a ciliate, but the fact that I see that wobbling motion tells me it's possibly does not have a lot of cilia, because those, they're not going to have like a fishtail pushing them along. Excuse. So we've got in the aggregate here, just popped out from behind. Quite a few inside that aggregate if you just watch that bumbling motion throughout there. And it's sometimes you just, the focus, you gotta move real slow and kind of count them as you go, and yet they move so fast it's hard to keep them in focus. So okay, that's as far up as it looks like it's gonna focus, and we'll just move on down. There went one right out of the aggregate. He got tired of the flavor of that sugar. Okay, so here you're seeing there's one here, there's one over here. Here came another one in on the scene. There, this here, let's see if that's something we can get a look at. Just was around, moving fairly fast, in and then out of focus. This is the hard thing about doing these assessments. I mean, obviously we don't need to know this much information. I'm trying to get detailed information here to you, but we don't need to know that much. We see these flagellates, we're like, okay, boom, we start counting them in the picture. And if we see ciliates, I did see, oh, somebody is really moving over here. Let's see what's going on. Okay, that looks like a fungal spore 1, but who is dragging this piece of aggregate up and down? So I'm just trying to go really slow. We're not going to be able to get a focus on what that is, but just see a couple more flagellates. There's 3 here that I can see right on this screen right now. 1, 2, 3 more in the aggregate. What that is pulling that aggregate up and down like that. Got something large there underneath this other aggregate right over here. Okay, it looks like this is what's doing it. Maybe that flagellate tail is stuck in there and he's trying to get out and he's pulling it. And here is, they're also with that snap motion, that may be a stalk ciliate in there somewhere on the bottom side that we can't see. Okay, but you just see how these ones came in, bumbles around. Definitely got plenty of flagellates going on here. This is a good protozoan tea. And I'll point out this here is our testate amoeba. We have a nice long rod shape here to lactobacillus. This here flagellate is checking out what I believe to be a fungal spore. They're just in and out all over these aggregates. So I think you can kind of get the picture now on what the flagellates can look like. Oh, I wanted to find you a stock ciliate. We could zoom in on, they're very large compared to what we're looking at here with these flagellates. I may zoom out, locate one, and then zoom in. So this aggregate here, you'll see them coming in and out of there. There should be pretty good nematode population in here too, so I'm surprised we haven't come across one yet. This looks like somewhere. Okay, we got a fungal hyphae here. Know that because of the septa, but it is non-uniform septa, and it is a more clear type fungi. A little bit wider, so I'm thinking it's probably beneficial. Let me zoom out so I can get to a location where we're going to have some more action. We are still kind of towards the center of the slide, so we got plenty of room. That big round thing there is possibly a testate amoeba. Here we have a fungal spore there in the center. I'm really missing my nematodes. They were very beautiful fungal hyphae there. Nice. See the septa? Like, I hope you can see 1, 2, 3 beautiful uniform septa. That whoopsie. Let's find you some more. Really, really neat things to look at. That looks like it's a possible some sort of protozoan there. Let me zoom in on it. So this would just be an organic piece of organic matter. Nope, no protozoan in there. My goodness. Let's go all the way out then. Okay, this is 40, so just want to find you either a nematode or a so the nematodes sometimes sink to the bottom. Lots of aggregates. Okay, found a stock ciliate for you to view. Putting her in the center of the screen, because then when I zoom in, we'll lose her, because it really centers and focuses on a very small segment of the screen, of the slide. Okay, let's get you in focus. Okay. Because the camera is focusing on the aggregate, it does this to me. It's a lighting. Okay, you can see this vortex here she's got going on to bring new bacteria and things into her vicinity. This is 400x. So you can see her little tornado she's got going on. Those are her organelle. I shouldn't say her, it's just the way that I don't know why I'd say that. I need to retrain myself, which is hard. So she hasn't found anything that she's decided to chew on yet, I don't think. See the stalk that she has herself attached with, that it has itself attached with. I know I get in trouble all the time in science classes for giving them personalities, and maybe the science just hasn't learned to communicate with these. It's just so cool, that little vortex she's got going on there. Sorry, I did it again, and I'll. Looks like there's a possible some amoebae testate, or that circular thing up there in this. The size of it tells me that it's a an amoebae cyst. Okay, so we found you that. Let's go look for an nematode. Lots of fungal hyphae up here. Okay. So we're getting a possible fungal to bacteria ratio here, close to a 1-to-1, because I need to add more stimulant, which will kick up our bacterial numbers. Right now, I'm just trying to look for you a nematode. So I'm wondering where our nematodes are going. Sinking to the bottom, and I'm just taking a sample. There's you, a nematode. I get off to the side. I wanted to see if that's a dead nematode. Nope. Oh, it's a possibility that it is. I'm looking at this end as its tail end, and it's very, very large. It's got the circular. That may be plant matter. That may be a root, because this end doesn't look like. Bet I look at the fungal strands there. That is just so beautiful. The uniform septa, the dark brown color. Oh, even the ones that are the lighter green. Let me just zoom over here. I think we've got a stalk ciliate working away. Yes, it is. Here's your stalk ciliate. Let's go find that nematode. We want to see it too. There it is. It's in this aggregate now. Looks to me, I just have seen so many of these in my samples with that long, long tail, huge mouth right there. I believe it's a bacterial feeding omnivore. Yeah, I don't think we'll see a tooth. We are at 400 total magnification, but she's back in that aggregate. It is back in that aggregate. I just like to have a little bit of fun. Why can't we make things up? I mean, I know we're trying to be scientific. I lost the nematode, but there we have a testate amoeba. You see how when we get so zoomed in, you can only move teeny tiny distances. So we'll kind of inch our way up to this nematode's head. Okay, ooh, we went too far. And this microscope, it was one I got just to get me through this, to see if I enjoyed this. And then, okay, let's get her. All right, let's focus in and out on this mouth. She's not going to hold still for us, but it's a big opening. Not too many fancy lips, but man, they usually get more active when the light really shines on them. When you get them right on that spot. Oh, she's got something. She's yanking that aggregate in there. don't know if she's got a flagellate by the tail or what she's doing. It's doing. It's just so fun to look through these, I tell you. And then observe, and there's lots of good bacteria here. I'm not seeing any of the anaerobes, so we've gone oxygen again. Last night I checked it, my camera was not recording, so I'm hoping this is recording now. And a little bit on the low oxygen side, more with the ciliates. Okay, so you can see this aggregate makes my camera screw up. Wish I had a magnificent setup just to sit and look at this stuff, but see what I can find. But I'm getting, just look at all those flagellates just coming in and out of there. Look at him. You can see him. Now he's pulling himself around. These little tails like a fish wagging in the back, wagging like a tail of a dog. There's another one came in here on the left hand side. Trying to focus for him, but it's real hard, guys. Sorry, there's 3 or 4 here in the middle of this aggregate. Yeah, the long rod shape there is a bacilla. Here's some coming up by this fungal spore. Sorry, fungal hyphae. Beautiful, beautiful beneficial fungal hyphae coming through here. This is an extract again from our vermicompost. What I was kind of looking for, this video is getting too long on this one here. Those almost resemble eggs I have seen in nematodes before, but so large. I don't think I have seen some big nematodes at 400x. I'm thinking almost though, so these, I've seen plant, it looks almost like plant root. So see these dots along there, evenly kind of spaced. I'm wondering if those aren't where the root hairs, or if that's something. I'm not seeing the actual cell wall structure, so looks like some sort of cysts inside there. So that may be a dead nematode that's infected with something. I have not been at this long enough, but then it's like, could this be the tip of a root? And this is just plant matter that's now decaying. So we get to this tip because I'm not seeing the outlet. If it were a mouth, and it's definitely not like a nematode tail that I've seen before. So I'm gonna have to go with some sort of a, I don't know. Okay, well, I will not take up any more of your time. This has been a good little video. I think we've seen quite a bit here in this. It's a beautiful, I would say we are definitely, there looks almost like another one of those pieces. So I think it's a plant. Just look at the side of this aggregate here. Our fungal hyphae is definitely growing. So that's, I guess, a bonus as well. Stop ciliate. So where are we at here? We're at 100 total magnification. Okay, we'll stop the video. Even though I'd love to keep going. Stop back by. We're going to look at some more stuff. I can come up with all kinds of things. Make sure you let me know you've been hanging out with me today.